Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are discussing whether or not you should be a CNA before you become a nurse. I would like to start this conversation by saying I wasn't a CNA before I went to nursing school. I actually had no experience working in the hospital prior to nursing school. The only thing I did was, as a teenager in high school, I would go volunteer at one of the hospitals in Jacksonville, just like 2 or 3 hours out of the week, and 9 times out of 10 I was never on a patient floor. Maybe once I was on a patient floor. So there are some really great benefits to working as a CNA before you become a nurse. I became a nurse tech, is what we called it at my hospital. My third semester of nursing school, I actually didn't have to get a license because I was in nursing school at the hospital that I worked at. You only needed to have taken fundamentals of nursing practice, and you have that on your transcript to get a job as a tech. So I got a job as a tech on a neurology med-surg unit. I'm actually wearing this sweatshirt from that job to, like, you know, in the spirit of talking about my CNA experience. So as a CNA, I would take vitals, check blood sugars, which is AccuChecks. I would draw blood. I measured intake, output. I would turn patients, bathe them, feed them, walk them, go get them food, because at nights after dinner we have to go down to the deli and get them turkey sandwiches. So I believe that it gave me a great experience, hands-on experience, working with patients and their families and the doctors and the nurses and the charge nurses and the ADNs and the supervisors. I think being immersed in that hospital experience kind of helped prepare me for being a nurse. Another great benefit to being a CNA is it taught me really great time management, because I would have anywhere from 12 to like 16 patients on a horrible night. I had to learn how to balance all my tasks that I had to do. So I had to decide, okay, at this hour I'm gonna do my vital signs, at this hour I'm gonna do my baths, I'm gonna do this. So it like puts you in a mindset of like managing your time, prioritizing what you have to do, which are very vital in a nursing career. Like, that's one of the biggest things that new nurses struggle with is time management. So I think that having that experience as a tech and having to learn which tasks are most important really helped. And also, I worked in a neurology unit, but because people who are in the hospital, they don't just come with one thing, they come with multiple comorbidities. So you get to see so many different things that you're learning in nursing school in real life. So it's like, oh my gosh, I just read about this, so I know that I know this is going to happen. So having that experience kind of really helped me as I studied nursing school. I can actually like relate it to an actual patient experience that I had. And on top of that, because everybody, like all the nurses, knew I was a nursing student, whenever they were doing something interesting or it was something that they felt like I can benefit from, they would always drag me along with them to actually see what they were doing. As a tech, I work nights. I work 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. And as a new nurse starting on my unit, all new nurses have to go to nights. So I wasn't super bummed or annoyed that I had to take that position, because I already had experience working nights. And on top of that, you make more money when you work nights. Well, at my facility, that's how it worked. So I really enjoyed having that experience working nights, to see what the hospital really is like at night, because you have all these different people who tell you what it's like to work nights, but until you experience it yourself, you won't really know how it affects your body and how you like will schedule your sleep after you get off work and still maintain and have a normal life and do fun stuff with your friends. What I will say is, as a nurse, I like track my steps on my Apple Watch. I usually range from like 8,000 to 9,000 steps a day, but as a tech, I would range from like 15 to 18,000. So don't let the tasks fool you, because techs really do a lot. Like, they do so much, and you don't really understand how much they do until you actually are in that hospital environment and you're working as a tech or you're working with the tech to actually see what they do. So yeah, I would say you don't have to be a tech at all before you go to nursing school, but it is to your benefit if you decide to become a CNA before you go to nursing school or while you're in nursing school. I think while you're in nursing school is actually really good. It'll give you the clinical experience and you'll make some money. Like, who doesn't want to make money? And being a 20-year-old young girl, making that money in college was a blessing, okay? I was able to do so much more with that money because, okay, if you consider it big picture, maybe like somebody with a family, you wouldn't think that is that much money, but when you actually don't have any huge responsibilities, making that amount of money will make you think you're balling. So I would say yes, it definitely has its benefits to be a CNA. Oh, and one last thing, because I had CNA experience prior to becoming a nurse, I was asked that when I was doing my HR paperwork, and I actually get a little bit more money as a nurse because of my CNA experience, which is another great plus. So I would definitely recommend becoming a CNA prior to becoming a nurse. You learn to appreciate CNAs a little bit more once you actually have done their job, and it can't harm you at all. It's no way that being a CNA will make you be a horrible nurse. It can only make you be a better nurse. And there's nothing against nurses who never were CNAs. It's just the benefit of having that experience. So share your thoughts with me. Comment, like, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on becoming a CNA prior to becoming a nurse, or if you are considering being a CNA. Let me know. I can share a little bit more about my experience with you personally. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.